Hey, what's up guys? How you doing? It's me, Mr. 4K Upscaler. So in this video, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to connect to your Xbox One X via Project Xcloud and use the Xbox One X as your server. Now, please do keep in mind doing this will depend on what type of internet speed do you have. Obviously, you got to have a pretty good internet connection. I happen to have a pretty good internet connection and I'm paying a lot of money for it. And I have unlimited data, meaning there's no data caps put on there or anything like that. So for me, obviously, the experience will be different. But for you, that will depend on your internet speed. Now, the reason I'm showing you this, it's because I want you to see that even though you don't have to use this is optional. But the fact that this is being included from Microsoft where you don't have to pay for it. Same thing with their Project Xcloud Azure service where you don't have to pay for it, and it has 50 games included, which is right over here. It has 50 games included. That says a lot about the Microsoft and just how serious they are about the cloud service gaming in comparison to the failed Stadia, which we'll talk about it later on. But for right now, let's go ahead and let's connect. So how do you connect? All right, you have to make sure when you click over here, it's going to ask you what do you want. Do you want to switch to Project Xcloud, which is the Azure Microsoft servers, or do you want to do it locally and be connected to your Xbox? So let's go ahead and let's connect it. First thing you have to do, you have to set up your Xbox. Okay, you have to turn on your Xbox One X the ability to be able to stream. All you have to do is go to the network settings and choose the ability to stream. Okay, which I'm going to show you right now. It's right over here actually. Since we're doing this, I'll show it to you. It's right over here. Here's my console. Okay, and it's right there. All right, so you go to the settings, right? You go to the settings, which is right over here. Settings, which is right over here, okay? Go to the settings, click on it, and then you go to the device and streaming. Go to the device and streaming, which is right over here. Click on it, and make sure that you check mark where it says enable console streaming. So this is the first step that you should do. Enable this to stream, and then you set up the app to sync in with this console. All right, so once you have done that, the next step is obviously you going to your phone and your app, which is right over here, called the Project Xcloud app. And then from here, you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna use your controller, which is already connected to my phone right here, wired with USB adapter to USB-C. So you click on your Xbox One, and then you wait for it to connect to it. Now, the trick here is I'm not using my Wi-Fi. See, there's connected already. The trick here is I'm not using my home Wi-Fi connection. I'm using my Xfinity Wi-Fi hotspot, which is right here. I don't know if you can see it, but it says Xfinity Wi-Fi, which is my hotspot. I'm using the hotspot from Xfinity Wi-Fi. I've connected to a hotspot that's about 3 blocks from me. It has a pretty decent signal, which is a 48 megabits per second. So I'm using Xfinity Wi-Fi hotspot. Okay. Now that you know that, the reason I'm showing you this is so that way you understand that I'm not connected to my home internet network speed. My console, which is being used as a server, it's connected with Ethernet wired connection. Okay, but my phone is connected to a hotspot. Why? Because I'm going to be moving away from the home to play this game, and that's the whole idea here. So here we go. As you can see, No issues, no latency. Everything runs smooth here. Let's click on Red Dead Redemption. Let's click on it and let's give it a try. There it is. And let's see how well it runs. What's the quality like and how well it runs? So we're gonna go and check it out. All right, so here we go, Red Dead Redemption. Let's do a story. Let's click. There's my controller right here, so you can see it right here. Let's click. We'll do a story. It's loading right now. The phone I'm using, it's Note 9, Samsung Note 9, and it works pretty well. All right, the game is loading up. So again, remember, I want you to understand what's going on here, so there's no confusion. My Xbox, which is running as a server, which is right over here, it's connected to my 1.5 gigabit internet speed with no data cap, unlimited, okay? My phone, it's connected to a Wi-Fi hotspot that's 3 blocks from me, which is about 48 megabits to, I think it's roughly 48 megabits per second. And that's the same Wi-Fi hotspot I'm going to be connected to when I am away from my console. Now, your console has to be turned on the whole time when you are leaving the house in order for you to use it. So I hope that you guys are not being confused to what's going on here. And if you are, please ask the question down below in a comment and I'll explain what I mean. So let's see how well it works. Well, I'll be damned, it looked pretty good. I mean, this is really great quality, man. This is like you playing it on a Nintendo Switch, or it's like you playing on a PlayStation Vita, but like with much better graphics, and it looks pretty darn good, man. Just imagine what a blow this is to Google Stadia. Think about this. Google Stadia wants you to spend $138 because you got to pay a tax, $9 tax on top of $130. They want to charge you $140 for something that it should be as easy as this to be connected to their cloud, to my cloud. That would be like me charging you $130 to be connected to my console, but guess what? I don't give you the code. I don't give you the code to play from my console. It's as simple as that. And that's what drives everybody crazy, you know. And look at the Microsoft. Microsoft is just laughing. They're laughing their butts off because they're like, we can't believe that Google actually was able to manage to fail this bad, you know. And this is free. Look at this. This is free. Look at this. The Project Xcloud. You getting 50 games. 50 games. 50 games. And guess what? You don't have to pay for it. You don't have to pay. You get 50 games, you don't have to pay for it. 50 games and you don't have to pay for it. Guess what? To me, that sounds like a pretty good deal. And on top of that, if you don't want to use the Microsoft Azure servers, no problem. You can use your own console's servers and have your console be as a server. Okay, so this is running from my console. And look at this. I'm on the Xfinity Wi-Fi hotspot and no problems, no issues, no latencies. There's my controller here. Everything's running smooth. And this is free. I'm not being charged monthly subscription on top of $140, $150 out of the gate. Think about that, man. Look, I didn't cancel my Google Stadia because I promised that I want to do a proper videos on testing the Google Stadia, setting it up, showing you what it's all about and how it works. And so if you have any questions, you can ask me. I can answer it. But whenever it is that I get it, guys. If I get it in December, If I get it on Christmas, then it's going to be on Christmas, because I have no idea when I'm going to get it. Okay. As you can see, it runs pretty awesome. What can I say? This is from Microsoft. Microsoft that has more games than Google Stadia will ever dream. I mean, it's laughable at this point. When it comes to Google Stadia, it is really laughable. But listen, it's still not too late. I don't want to be a harsh nanny here. It's still not too late for Google to bring themselves up and climb up out of that hole that they dig themselves in. It's still not too late, but they're gonna have to do it pretty soon, because people's gamers' patience is running out, and they're gonna the hell with this service. This thing is just ridiculous. So hopefully, Google, you're working on that. I don't know if you are, but hopefully you are, because so far Microsoft is just destroying you, like left and right, like clear winner here. All right, so this is basically you running. As you can see, I'm using my Xfinity Wi-Fi hotspot with 48 megabits per second, and this is pretty much what the experience is going to be for me when I'm not at home, when I'm outside of home playing a game like this with very sharp quality. All right, so let's exit. Let's go ahead and let's go home. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch to a Project Xcloud, which is right here. Project Xcloud, it's different. Project Xcloud is you now being connected to Azure servers, not your servers, but Azure servers. So we're gonna skip this. We're gonna go over here, and we're gonna switch to Project Xcloud, which is right over here. If you guys can see it right there, right over here. Click on it, and there it is. Voila, just like that, man. Just like that. No issues, no problems, no fuss, no muss. All there, done. Boom. Here, let me get the focus, fix the focus here a little bit. There it is. Boom. Done. All right. And let me adjust my camera here. Make it a little bit easier. There we go. So let's go and hit the Soul Calibur. Let's try the Soul Calibur, see how well it runs. So remember, now we're switching to Azure's servers, which they are in Seattle, California. I'm not sure where, but somewhere out there. Okay, so now we're switching to that. So now it's contacting the Azure servers, not my server. Now I'm disconnected from my servers. You can see right here, I'm disconnected. That's it. Bye-bye my servers. There goes my server. It's over. Now we're connected to a Azure servers, which they are, I don't know, California, Seattle, Washington. I honestly don't know. If you guys know, please do let me know. So there we go. And remember, again, I'm not connected to my home network. I'm connected to hotspot, Wi-Fi hotspot. You have to actually download the Xfinity app to be able to access the hotspots in your area. Some of the hotspots can be 300 yards from you, 500 yards, 1 mile, 2 mile. The closest the hotspot, the better. Okay. All right, so let's do this. Let's play, and let's check it out. All right, so here we go. As you can see, no latency, everything's smooth as a butter with a very sharp image. Let's do a battle. Let's do arcade really quick. Let's start the game. Let's choose the characters. There, color 3. Let's do it. Let's see. All right, so here we go. Stage 1. Wow, look at the quality, man. This is amazing. Yeah. Wow. And this is on a Wi-Fi hotspot, which is 48 megabits per second. And look at this. So what does this say about the Google? I mean, really, Google should be ashamed of themselves. Isn't it funny that a Google, okay, now it's getting some slowdowns. Now some slowdowns happening a little bit. But isn't it funny, a company like Google, who was supposed to be this juggernaut, this giant advanced technological company that connects everybody, right, the entire world, you would think that they would be the first one to implement the gaming on the cloud much more efficient and better, right? And I know people are going to say, well, maybe you need to give them some time. Yeah, well, what they were doing, when people ask me that, you should have given them some time. Give them some time. My question is this, well, what were you doing all these years? If you're not ready, then why did you set up a release date for November 19th if you're not ready? All right, so look, it's pretty good, guys. You have to remember we're on a Wi-Fi hotspot, and there was a little bit of slowdown here and there, but still, it's pretty darn good. It's definitely playable, okay? Unlike the Google Stadia. And guess what? You're not paying for this. This is free. All right. While on Google Stadia, you're paying for something that you can't even try. You can't even play. There you go. Done. So this is pretty much how it runs when you're connected to a Wi-Fi hotspot. Now, depending on the hotspot, guys, you gotta remember, you gotta find a good hotspot. If you got like a very shitty hotspot that's like 14 to 18 megabits per second, then it's not gonna work. But if you got a good hotspot, Wi-Fi hotspot, that's like 38 to 48 megabits per second, then you're good to go. Well, there you go. As you can see, it works well. No issues so far. Just a couple of hiccups that I had, but that happens like once in a while. That doesn't happen all the time. Well, there you go. There you go. It's like having a Nintendo Switch on your phone, or like PlayStation Vita on your phone, except you're getting a much better graphics. So, in closing, I want to say a couple of things. Listen, Google Stadia, I'm going to try it because I promised you guys that I was going to try it. I didn't cancel my pre-order. I still have it. I'm going to wait for December when they send it to me. And hopefully I'll be able to do it in December, depending on when they send me the codes. Listen, here's the thing. I hope that Google can climb out of this mess that it's in, because I would love to see Google be successful. I would love to see them implement a 4K and HDR streaming, okay, without a data cap. But are they going to be able to achieve that, guys? So far, I don't know, man. Well, here's my thing. Google, prove us wrong. You have a chance now to prove us wrong and show us maybe next month that, hey, we can deliver what we promised. But again, it's easier to talk. We want to see some action. Show us some actions instead of just talking about it. So we want to see some action, okay? All right, so I'm going to end this video because guys. I am, running out of minutes here. So thank you for watching. I hope this video was informative, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let me know what you think. Give your thoughts and opinions down below, but please be respectful. Have a good one. Take care.